right, we're doing it. Track from scratch this episode. Let's hop right in. We're going to do drums first. Do a kick. Maybe like that. That works for now. Okay, this one's pretty cool. So let's turn warping off. And I've seen, I think, Mr. Bill do this. Could turn warping off and then just kind of pitch it until it looks like it's in time. And that way you can kind of get more interesting grooves. See, like that doesn't sound very good. I actually kind of like this original downbeat hit. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like that could help with that kind of vibe we're going for, where we'll have a bass hit on the downbeat, but then there won't really be much going on. There's some resonances, so let's throw on a soothe again. Put it before the EQs so we kind of see if it fixes the problem. Yeah. So if I turn this off, you'll see these peaks go up a little bit higher up in this like 4K area. Got those two peaks. This helps a little bit. If I turn the release up and the depth up, the resolution up, should help a little bit more. So let's type in break now. Maybe we can find some cool breaks to layer in there. I like to find like kind of more organic sounding ones like these ones. Maybe we could do this one. Just kind of mess around, see. I think I like this ride right here. And sometimes that's all you get is one little hit out of everything. But I don't like that. I kind of want to make it a little bit trappy, so maybe we could put like some hi-hat rolls right before some of the snares. Let's type in hat roll. Yeah, something like that. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, so let's move on to a different section. Could always come back to the drums to make them better. Actually, no, there's a couple more things I want to do. So I like my snares to alternate with layers. So we could type in like snare layer maybe. Or we could find a new clap actually. I like the Leo Tricks ones. Let's not hat, I need a clap. This one. So maybe we'll put this clap on every other snare. Let's pan these, the hat roll and the ride, in opposite directions. Can I add some contrast there? And then let's take some Foley. I have some recorded Foley I did. I like this one. We could have these sweep into the snares. Let's turn warping off, make sure it's the raw sample. Ooh, that's pretty cool. What if we put a little bit of OTT on it? Okay, cool. And let's change to a different part of the sample for this part. That's pretty sick. Let's put some stereo on this. Could add like the grain delay. Actually, no, we're gonna go straight into sound design. Let's do Serum. Let's try to get a cool bass. We're writing in D. Let's change it to pink. Let's group these, call this basses. Delete that guy. Okay. Assign track color to clips. Okay, cool. Let's do some harmonic series basses. I think that'll especially be good for this like downbeat thing. We could do kind of a reverb throw into the snare. So let's get sine wave with harmonic series. Let's just find a good combo. Throw some distortion on there. Perfect. Okay, let's shaper. Oh, that's actually kind of sick already. That's kind of cool. Let's give it a little bit of noise. Just keep it on tube. Maybe put an LFO on the drive. It always sounds so good. I feel like you can almost just leave it there and it's fine. Let's just do a tiny bit of OTT. I got the Rift update, so this should be sick. If I randomize. Nah, let's not do that right now. That's fun for sound designing though. The new Rift update allows you to just randomize everything. It's really fun for sound design sessions. Maybe we'll do that later. But right now, let's be a little bit more strategical. We'll go to default. Okay. Really like growl. Then let's put it on bass. Let's add a curve to the cutoff. Ooh, maybe getting somewhere. I want to put it on pre-distortion. That'll help. And then, okay, so there's this new thing in Rift where I can select only one part of the frequency spectrum to get affected by everything. So I think I just got to turn this on. And now only this like highlighted area is what's going to be affected by whatever you have set down here. So yeah, maybe we do only the filter will be on this middle section. I think that's what it's doing. Not really getting to a place that I would like. Let's maybe boost some of the sub into everything. It's gonna be so nice. Maybe do the noise one. Oh, there's some new ones. Jitter. Oh, you could link them now too. That's cool. Do multiple stages. Whoa. That's pretty cool. feel like maybe I should just start resampling a bunch of these, so we could have a bunch to work with, because a decent amount of those sound pretty cool, at least for fills and downbeats. I think I want to maybe go with the more clean one originally, but throughout the drop, we can change them. So let's just resample a bunch of these guys. One there. Pretty cool. Nice. Okay, let's make a new separate sub. I think maybe the downbeat bass could keep its own sub, but for the main bass line, I want a separate juicy sub. So let's go ahead and cut off the low end on this bass. Probably good. Okay, and then let's change this to red. Just copy the bass notes down. Then we could actually just take Serum, copy it over. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Let's delete the automation on the octave. Could leave the automation on the LFO rate. Let's turn everything off. And I'm just going to change this to a square wave. And then we're going to do a low pass 24. And I'm going to put on the Master X to check my levels. And I like to tighten it up a little bit. I want that to be hitting just at 0. Maybe pull back on the cutoff so we could get that other harmonic in. I'm looking for that third harmonic to start popping up right there. There it is. Put it on mono as well. So now let's check span. So the main bass could use some mixing. I think the resonance, or like those main harmonic peaks, are a little bit too loud. And then they could also use some more stereo information. So let's do my clean stereo tool rack. We'll just add a little bit of that. And then could use Pro MB to kind of tame. We could probably throw a soothe on there as well. I think it should, we need to change the flow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. I think this could use another multi-band. And maybe boost a little bit on these. Put a little bit of it back. Okay. And then let's do a reverb throw on this guy right here. So low cut it, decay up, size down a little bit, stereo down a little bit. We'll just automate that dry wet right here. Fill in those gaps. Okay. A lot of the ideas there now, actually. I really like that. Maybe we could have some perks that follow the rhythm of the main bass line to help add some depth. Because this is a pretty minimal track, and I think I want to keep it that way. Yeah, let's try this. Let's do a drum rack. Let's do some perks. Maybe that one. Let's put them all on gate. That one's pretty cool. Oh, these are sick. That guy. Put them all on gate. Forgot that. That works. Trying to get a big variety here. Even things that may not work, we'll throw them in there because I want to see if we could get a cool little quarter note perk loop that alternates between a bunch of different perks to kind of layer with our bass and follow that flow. I think that's one thing that helps a lot with writing interesting bass music is once you have that main idea, really hone in on it, you know, and use other things to emphasize that main idea. Some of my newer tracks, I do the same thing where if you have like a triplet rhythm in your bass line, maybe you have a triplet rhythm also going with your hats, or like even the melody in your intro could be following the same rhythm or the same kind of outline as the main idea of the track. So in this case, it's that like quarter note flow. So maybe I can find a cool quarter note flow for these perks to get a cool kind of layer and add some depth to everything. That one's pretty cool. Find a couple more. Put an EQ on it all. Get rid of any of that low end. All right. Now, what if we just drag the MIDI in? Let's see what that does. Nothing. That's kind of cool. See, it kind of helps support that flow. Let's see what else. Could double up the perks here. It's actually really sick. Let's do some maybe auto pan on it to make it move around the head. So we'll put this on half rate. I think the Foley could get turned down a little bit. Let's put that down to like 6. maybe 8. Yeah, those perks add a really subtle, some really subtle but effective depth to the whole track. I really like that. Alright, cool. That's probably enough to work with. And I'm going to use this just as like the background sound for the entire intro. And then later on we can also like do some pitch bends to turn it into a riser. And that's what we'll actually do with a lot of this information down here, or the other stuff that we recorded. We'll turn them into risers and different effects and cool things to use in the intro and or the drop. Let's start the intro with maybe the perk loop that follows the rhythm that we created. Let's maybe start with this. Maybe we could use different perks, because I don't know, those might sound kind of silly by themselves. But this is going back to the idea of keeping that main idea theme. So like in this case, that like quarter note flow is kind of like the main theme of our drop. So having a bunch of other elements in the track that are following that same theme is going to help a lot with having a cohesive idea. So, and also I like to start with percussion or some type of rhythmic element in the intro. It just helps with like DJing purposes and for like record box to read the BPM of a track, or for a DJ to like count in the track and beat match or whatever. So let's keep this same flow but find different perks for it. What if we do this? Maybe this. Yeah, let's stop there. Okay, I don't want the intro to be longer than the drop, so we'll also make it a 16-bar intro. I know I might be being a little bit lazy, but it just makes sense for this track. So if you like this series so far, you should definitely check out my Patreon. Appreciate any support. Even just sharing this video with someone could help a lot. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're learning something. Okay, cool. So we have like a pretty good like foundation for an intro, right? In some cases, this would almost be enough, you know? Like you could play this and it would work, but obviously we need way more. I don't always take this approach, but in this case, it worked really well. We just kind of laid out some basic elements. And now I think, one, we need to obviously add more uniqueness and add like some type of melody or something in the intro and more stuff in the build. But the next thing I want to do is work on implementing drop elements into the intro and vice versa. Specifically right now, I want to try to take stuff from the drop and put it in the intro, and the thing I'm going to do that with is the bass. So actually, let's just duplicate the main bass, and I'm going to freeze and flatten it. Okay, cool. So we have this audio to work with, and I just kind of want to take it, this part, and we're gonna slowly introduce it throughout the intro and the build. So like I'm gonna use some effects and some cool post-processing to kind of disguise the bass and put it in the background, and we'll slowly bring it in until the drop where it's fully the main idea. So let's just start with a reverb. Do an EQ. Let's turn the decay up, low cut it. Something like this. I have this rack. I saw G-Qui, or however you say it, do this in a video. It's basically a bandpass filter that opens up. So we could start with it all the way down, and we'll slowly open it all the way through the whole intro. That works. Could duplicate it there. And then during the build-up, we can maybe have it start repeating. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna take a shifter and we'll automate the frequency of it as well. So let's maybe have it start at 500 and come down. No, that doesn't really work the way I wanted it to. That works for now. Let's just keep that how it is. And then let's take a clap. Let's take it from the new pack I'm working on. I like the clean one. Okay, let's do something interesting here with the end of the build up. So we'll use shifter, do something like this with the claps. Yeah, that works. Let's auto filter it. And just low pass it slowly, maybe. Ooh, that's pretty sick. Let's do a reverb. Let's give it a little bit of reverb throughout. And wash it. turn it down a bit. And then this needs the side chain on it, so it bounces with the kick a little bit. Maybe just turn the threshold down a little bit. Oh, I don't even have it set up yet. Let's duplicate the trigger over. Okay, now we need more cool effects. So let's make some more with this stuff. So I'm thinking something kind of lasery and kind of rhythmic almost. So let's find a section of this. I feel like that could work good. Let's use spectral time. And I think if you mess with the tilt, let's do auto pan to give it like a rhythm. Oh, there we go. We're getting somewhere. That's pretty cool. Let's freeze and flatten that. Let's see. Might be able to do something with that. You just get it in time. Like that. Let's see how that sounds. Let's clean it up a bit. Okay, let's put down sweep. Like right here. Nah, it doesn't work. Let's do that one. Need another riser. That one's pretty sick. Need a 8-bar. Oh, I like the goopy one. And maybe change this to 1/2 bar. Maybe just make it bigger. Okay, yeah, now let's change this. That's actually really sick. Just need to get rid of some of this area. That's so dope. Nice. Okay, so let's check some stuff on the mix down and maybe adjust a couple of things. So all I have is a limiter on there. I don't think it really matters what you use. Some people don't even use a limiter or a clipper. I think as long as it sounds good, you're good, and keeping just a few things in mind and really paying attention to like your kick, sub, and snare. As long as the mix is good, everything should be fine, you know? So I just use this Pro L limiter, just the regular settings, and then that's all I have. Everything else is just for analyzing. So I have the Master X, and then I have the span, and then I have this utility. So with the utility, I always like to do bass mono, put it on 150. And then I also like to automate the build-up and have it go down about 1 to 2 dB during the build so that the drop has a little bit more impact. And then I also like to do the same thing with the mid-side controls. So I'll have it go down to like 26. Oh, whoops. Just duplicate that over. And now that'll help make the... Keep the beat rocking. It'll make the drop hit a lot harder. So now I like to look at span and just kind of look for a certain shape, make sure there's no stereo in the low end. So if we go to the drop, so you can see everything's kind of even at this like -36, -30 range. The high end and the low end are pretty even. Usually there's like a dip around the 1 to 400 range, but with this style of music, there tends to be more low mids. So as long as those low mids aren't sounding muddy and as long as they're not way louder than everything else, you should be okay. And in this case, we're definitely okay because I think it sounds fine. You can see the stereo signal is slightly quiet. The track is pretty mono, so we could take the mid-side control rack that I have and we'll put it at the beginning of everything, and we could just boost the sides, or we can add stereo to the mids or the highs. We'll change this to 150. So maybe add a little bit of high stereo and a little bit of mid stereo. And then just boost the sides a tad. And what I'm looking for is, I don't want the light green or like the yellow underlay to go louder than the green signal, because the green represents the mids and the light green / yellow represents our stereo signal. So I want that stereo signal to be quieter than the mids, and I also don't want any stereo signal in my low end. And it looks like that's exactly what we have, so we're in good shape here. So that second bass looks like the harmonic might be a little out of control. So let's go in there, take a Pro Q3. It's going to be that guy right here, around 600. Yep. And I'm just going to do this. Try tame some of the high end. I think it could be tamed just a little bit more even. Maybe we'll do it on an EQ here. There we go. Hell yeah, that sounds sick. So yeah, I think we are good. Let's do a final listen through. And yeah, I hope this whole series was helpful. I'm going to try to edit very little of it and just keep it bare bones for you guys, and then I'll have the project file attached as well. So let's listen. Nice. That's sick. All right, well, I hope that was helpful, and I hope you guys learned something. If you like this series so far, you should definitely check out my Patreon. Appreciate any support. Even just sharing this video with someone could help a lot. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're learning something.